Well, Trump continued to claim the election is rigged, blaming the media and the Clinton campaign for that. He said that Clinton should not even have been allowed to run for president, and the end of the debate was just like the beginning, with no handshake. That's the play-by-play. For the analysis on how the two candidates did, Jim DeFede is joining Rick in Rudabeh.
Elliot, thank you. Well, Jim, let's start with your initial thoughts. Who won tonight?
Look, it was a substantive debate. I'll give that for both from the beginning. But at the end, you know, it was very similar to the first debate, where you had a lot of substance in that first 20 minutes, and then slowly things sort of came undone a bit for Donald Trump, ending with that bizarre statement of his that he may not be willing to accept the results of the election, and almost make a joke of it by saying, "I'll keep you all in suspense." 140 years, or 240 years of our democracy is founded on the peaceful transition of power. I think what he did was he had a decent night. He had a good night on some points about jobs and the economy, but by saying that one thing, he stepped all over his message, and that's the headline tonight.
His daughter said earlier today that he is likely to accept the results of the election. His running mate has said that he will accept the results of the election. And then we hear Donald Trump saying tonight, "I'll keep you in suspense." Almost like a game show or a reality show. How is that likely to play with the voters out there that Trump is trying to convince to come over to his side?
No, it's not playing. It's not going to play well at all. We were watching some of that CBS News focus group, and several people in that focus group of undecided voters said they were a bit stunned by it. It caused them to actually reevaluate their thinking. One was leaning towards Trump and now said they're voting for Hillary Clinton because of that answer alone. So this, again, it's Donald Trump not being able to get out of the way of his own message. He had a message. He won the Republican primary with a populist message that resonated with a lot of people about jobs, about the economy, about fair trade. And he keeps abandoning it by chasing rabbits down all sorts of holes. Now, Hillary Clinton kept jabbing him. And again, once again, he took the bait and ran with it.
And what about Hillary Clinton? She came in tonight with a big lead. Did she do anything to change that?
Well, I think Hillary Clinton played to the exact group she wanted to play. You know, her answers on women's choice plays very well with women. You know now why she is up 17 points with women across the country. Same thing with Hispanics. She's good with them because of the way she answered the immigration issue. So she helped herself there. But I thought one of the things that was most telling was the last question of the debate, when Chris Wallace basically said, "Give a closing statement, your last chance to talk." And Hillary Clinton gave a vision for the country of trying to come together, bringing Democrats, Republicans, independents, and moving forward. She was speaking almost as if November 9th was here already and she was ready. How did Donald Trump use the last 60 seconds he has on this platform to talk to the American people? He turned and he kept attacking Hillary Clinton. He went negative again. And so it's a question of, do voters want to vote for a positive message or a negative one? And that's what really sums up what we're in this election.
Jim DeFede, host of Facing South Florida. Jim, thanks very much.